So I'm gonna give a little bit of a testimony. Um, my name is Garrett, and I'm the person who started Miller the Official and runs Miller the Official. It was a Shopify store for a while. It was a Shopify store for a while. That's how it started. And I started sponsoring skateboarders across the world without making any money. And when it started, there were a few people who reached out to me from the Illuminati to join their like whatever message they sent via Instagram, and I never joined. And before that, I raised Roman Catholic, grew up Roman Catholic, was in the Knights of Columbus, did very well in college, went to the University of Buffalo for engineering, and I wanted a more creative freelance type of a career and type of a business. So I started Shopify, and this was before there was a legal battle or there was a legal hearing about YouTube gaming and gaming making money on YouTube. So I had my Shopify store. It never made very much money or made anything. And then there was a ruling about the YouTube gaming maybe a few years after. And I played video games my whole life. So I was like, I'm going to start a YouTube gaming channel because of how much I play video games when I get home from work. And play video games online. And mobile gaming was something that was surprising to me. It was definitely on the up. And the games had better graphics and all that. So I started a gaming channel, and that started butting heads with my engineering job. And they didn't like that I wasn't as focused on my job as I should have been. So we parted ways, and I decided to travel the country in a van and run my gaming channel, which was paying me a small amount of money, and I was still investing. I had some stock market success in the middle of my engineering career, and then that came to a halt because I made some bonehead investment with penny stocks because they turned into day trading, and that was riskier than I had been doing when I started stock market investing with more medium term blue chip, more reliable companies when I first invested. So I'm traveling the country in one of those converted vans via YouTube, left my engineering career, and then a few years into that, I started making music on my phone. I started making EDM music, all the experience I had in college, listening to EDM music, going to EDM shows, combined with rap, rock, alternative, all the music I've listened to my whole life. And I put so much time and effort into my YouTube channels, into my vlogging, into my gaming channel, into my YouTube, and the whole time, I would say since high school, since towards the end of high school, I stopped going to church, didn't take my faith as seriously because there were contradictions in my Roman Catholic faith. Not all the things in the Bible were being followed. It was more follow the Ten Commandments, even why I need to go to church. It's not in the Ten Commandments, it's not a sin. So didn't do any of that, wasn't going to church just during the holidays because I felt guilty celebrating the holidays and not going to church. Started making music that I enjoy to listen to, so I know it's quality music. And I feel like the Illuminati has been following me and battling me ever since I started that Shopify channel. Connected to the internet, connected to the spirit world, totally in a battle with the Illuminati. Like demons trying to get the best of me, whether it's on the internet or whether it's in spirit. Totally between college and after college, just met so many women, going out to bars, spending money on bars. Not as much when I traveled in the van. Being in a van, not a great situation for that. And I was more focused on getting my internet businesses to a point, my gaming, my music, to a point where I'm making like a reasonable, healthy, standard form of living income, and that never happened. I got to a point where I was in Texas for a long time. Then I moved to Vegas because my van, the new vehicle that I bought, the fact that it was used, the fact that I probably didn't take the best care of it, something happened with the oil cap that's pressurized, and I put a temporary cap on it that was not regulation at all. It probably damaged it very, very severely. But moved to Vegas because that broke down. Had 3 jobs. Had a job as a flagger. This is post engineering career. Had a job as a flagger. Had a job at a motel, the Baymont Inn, which I feel was haunted, and there were even spirits there trying to get the best of me. Started reading the Bible, even though I wasn't going to church, while I'm traveling in the van. Started reading the Bible, especially while I worked at the motel. Brought the Bible with me to work every time I was on the night shift, and between when I'd get breaks, playing a game or two, or like some kind of a casino game on the side, or reading the Bible when I had breaks at my job. And then I worked at a political call center where there were also entities there trying to do whatever witchcraft, weird stuff in the spirit world against me. And I believe, like, between the internet, the way the music industry is, I guess it's the gaming industry, the internet gaming industry as well. And I've heard stories about, even well before I started any businesses, about the music industry being controlled by the New World Order, or the Illuminati, and it being kind of crap where people have to basically sell their soul to make any progress or be successful in, I guess, any freelance creative type of it probably happens to writers too. So then I got to a point where before I left the hotel job, I was making $700 a month on my gaming channel, and all that did was go down for no reason at all, when all I did was build more and more and more content and better content that got like, my content only ages well, and at least the gaming content, and I feel like my music too. I've made so much music, but the one that I was getting paid from YouTube was my gaming channel. Music I got paid a little bit. Went through TuneCore. Think they take a big slice out of the pie, but the fact that my music or my vlogging never monetized on YouTube is pathetic. Right there's like a red flag, a huge red flag of why there's a problem here. Like, there's a serious problem. So my gaming channel is paying me $700 a month at one point, and I was like, I'll leave the motel job if they're giving me problems, if I'm dealing with these whatever dark entities in the spirit world that are trying to combat me. I'll get a part-time job. I should have probably just stayed living out of my vehicle and saved up money, but I had enough to get an apartment in Vegas, so I got an apartment at Manor Suites, and I would play video games on my laptop with a controller, with the keypad, the keyboard. Great for retro games, great for emulators. So my plan was, like, he'd work a part-time job or a lesser job, making $700 a month on YouTube. That's only going to go up. And when I did that, for some reason, it goes down. And I got to the point where I was willing to live out of storage units, quit my job, and basically vlog as a homeless person, saying, like, this better monetize my music, my vlogging channel. And all it did was get me into more trouble. Ended up in these, like, it was like I was abducted. And I'm in, like, alien simulators. All this weird stuff happening in the spirit world, or the Illuminati spirit world is trying to, like, fool me. But things were happening in my physical world that I can go back on. My backpack getting swiped right from my feet with no one around. Just different things that I started vlogging, making YouTube videos of. Like this woman who had this aesthetic on her neck, and people had aesthetic, like some kind of, like, costume makeup around. They just didn't look like real people. Long story short, I got arrested 3 times for calling 911, for having a shopping cart on the strip, and then I was tricked into tackling somebody, and got arrested for each time. When I, between the prison system being in and out, just being an odd, weird experience, um, where like isolated, got books kept from me, couldn't get a, I don't think I asked for a Bible specifically, but asked for books numerous times, could not get a book given to me, and I was in prison for 3 months the last time. Now I work with a ministry, and just believe that the Illuminati and New World Order is real, and now I work with a ministry, and work with others who take care of the, we have an outside revival, Holy Ghost of the Holy Revival of the Holy Ghost ministry. It's called Revival of the Holy Ghost, and it's in Vegas. And I met a lot of awesome people here. But long story short, been arrested 3 times and had YouTube businesses and online businesses where ever since I started them, I've been butting heads with the spirit world and the Illuminati. And now, I've realized I didn't believe in God with my whole heart, and it's important to. God is real, God is great, and the more I read the Bible, the better my life's gone, and that's my testimony.